Back again with top-down analysis. So what I'm looking at right now is NZDCHF. There's a very interesting structure that I'm looking at when I look at this NZDCHF. So what's gonna happen right now is that I'm just gonna scale it up onto the higher time frame. As we all know, I start analyzing from the bigger time frame going to the smaller time frame. So in this case, I'm just gonna start analyzing from the daily time frame. When I look here on this daily time frame, I can already see how the market has been moving. There is no proper structure when I look at this whole movement. The market has been just downtrending without really giving us those clear lower lows and lower highs. So if I can just look at this current market right here, at this point right here, I can already see that we have inverse head and shoulder. There's an inverse head and shoulders pattern. If we can just look closely, or let me just do this, if we can just look at this whole movement, we can see that this is an inverse head and shoulder. We have our we have our left shoulder right there, and then we have our head, and then we have our right shoulder right there, right? So if we can just look at this right now, I can already see that okay, the market has given us that reversal structure. So reversal structures are more of high quality trades. These are high quality trades. So we can see clearly that this is an inverse head and shoulder. So what I will be targeting is these levels right here, which is our liquidity. So this is what happens when an inverse head and shoulder has been formed, right? If we can just look at this whole area right here, this whole move right here, right? This whole move right here should be repeated right on this other side. This whole move must be repeated right on this side. So the market still has that responsibility to fill all this thing, The market still has that responsibility to fill that gap. But let me show you quickly how I'm gonna go about entering this thing, It's either I'm gonna enter when I see the market presenting me with a proper structure to enter the market, or I will just wait for the market to just break above this level, come back and retest, continue moving to the upside. But let me show you quickly what I mean by that. What I mean when I say I'm just gonna enter if the market presents proper structures. So let me just hide this so that it may be visible only on this daily time frame. So if I can just go on to the 1 hour time frame, I can already see that okay, if we look at this current market, right? If we look at this current market, we can see that the market is already forming that pattern. So there is a pattern, this is a pattern. The market is giving us a pattern, telling us that it is gonna continue pushing to the upside. We have first touch, second touch right there. So we anticipate the market to come back for that third touch, break above, come back and retest and continue moving to the upside, right? So right now we can already see that the market is coming back for that third touch right there, because we already have that first touch right there, and then our second touch is right here, and then we are just coming back for that third touch right there. We also have our first touch right there on the highest level, second touch on the highest level, and then we anticipate the third touch on that level, right? So if the market comes back to this level and break this level, it would have broken that neckline of that head and shoulders that we saw on that daily time frame, right? So if I can just quickly remove all of these and scale even much more deeper onto the lower time frame, which in this case is going to be the 1 hour time frame, we are just gonna see clearly what is happening on this current market, right? So here on the hour we can see that, okay, the market was rejecting at these levels, and the reason it was rejecting at these levels is because it was forming a zone, of which that zone the market has broken below. So the market broke below this zone and then went back for that retest, right? The market broke below this level right here, and now the market came back to retest these levels right here, and we can all see that the market is moving to the downside in a form of a structure. That structure, which is, we can see clearly that the market is presented us with lower highs with a series of lower highs and lower lows, right? We have lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, right? So this is a whole structure, right? This to me tells me that the market will continue moving to the upside, because this is just a continuation pattern to the upside, because the market is creating this series of movement after that long movement, right? After that long movement to the upside, now the market is just creating this thing, right? And the market is also just coming back to retest, to touch that trend line and continue moving to the upside, right? So if we can just scale in and see how we are just gonna be involved in this type of a trend, is that I'm just gonna wait for the market to break this trend line right here. When the market breaks above this trend line, I'm just gonna enter the market based on the candlestick pattern that will be presented by the market. So the market, I anticipate now the market to push to the downside, touch this trend, and then come back up. When the market comes back up, I anticipate the market to do something like this, boom, continue shooting all the way to the upside, and then break above that level, give us a retest maybe on smaller time frames like 5-minute time frame or 15 minutes time frame. So that is how I'm just gonna scale into this market, you know. So I'm just gonna wait for the market to break this trend line right here. When the market breaks this trend line, that is when I'm gonna get involved in the market. Or if the market presents us with something on that 5 minutes time frame, or something like this, if the market presents us with something like this on those 5 minutes time frame, I'm just gonna enter the market based on what will be happening right here. So we also where the market is more likely to go. So this is just a matter of waiting and waiting and waiting and just waiting. So if I can just go back onto the daily time frame, we can now see clearly what is happening on this market, right? This is a high quality trade, of which that trade is expected to do something like this, come back, sorry about that. we expect something like this to happen, retest, boom, then we complete that structure, right? So this is what I'm anticipating in the market. This is what I'm anticipating in the market. This is an inverse head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder. I'm out of here.